Today is, I think, September 24th, 2025. A little over 5 years ago, I deleted social media. I think it was like July of 2020. At the time I was doing a lot of drugs. I was in a psychedelic phase, and I remember thinking, like, dematerializing, being in the moment. Those were kind of theses I was living by. And I hadn't been on Instagram in a while. It'd probably been 2, maybe 3 days. And I get on Instagram, and because I'd heard that there was some black square thing going on, and I get on Instagram, and my whole feed, my timeline, I don't know if it's Instagram that calls it a timeline, or if that's Twitter or what. It's been so long, but just everyone's posts were black squares, and it'd been like several days. And after learning what it was about, I remember just looking between the black squares and seeing the real vanity of it all. The likes, the usernames. It was just a facade. And I realized how much time and how much conscious energy and attention I was throwing away by just scrolling, looking at girls, looking at people's lifestyles that I wanted, but I knew I could never have. And it just slowly, it disciplined an installation of security. I trained myself to compare myself to others with a sense of inferiority. And looking back, I couldn't see that at the time. It's taken me till this point to really consciously realize that and articulate it. It's weird. When I deleted Instagram right after I saw those black squares. I thought to myself, I'm gonna live the black square. I'm not gonna post. I'm not gonna say anything to anyone. I'm just gonna delete it. I'm just gonna see what happens. Because it was during quarantine. I thought quarantine was gonna last forever. It had already been going on for about 4 months. I remember being on spring break in March, and my mom was like, "You're not going back to school." I was in college. It was my freshman year, and it was the longest spring break of my life. I thought I was never going back to college. I thought the world was never going to be the same. So at that point, I started doing a lot of radical things. That's when I started doing drugs. That's when this black square thing happened, that I deleted Instagram. And quickly after, I deleted the rest of my social media, and it changed my whole perception of socialization. I stopped looking at people as characters and avatars, as people who were playing a game, but really got invested in life. I really started to act and just be myself and treat others with just a selfless attention, or at least an element of selfless attention. I've always been super selfish. It's just in my nature, but I started to act a little more selflessly. And today it's weird. I just realized recently, I've been off social media for 5 years. What's changed? It's crazy when I don't think about it. I don't think about not being on Instagram. I'll go days, weeks, months without thinking about Instagram. And I say Instagram over all the other social medias because that one was just the most prevalent. I think that was the first one I ever had. I got it when I was 12. and deleted it when I was 19, and today I'm 24, and I'm like, I could have been on this for 12 years. I also realized that it's a product. There's a company that makes this platform, and the whole goal is to drive consumers to the platform. And I didn't want to be another fucking sheep. Like, I realized, like, if, like, I don't remember how many followers I had. I probably had like 1,000. I'm like, if my ego won't let me delete Instagram because I'm afraid of not having 1,000 followers, then I'm a bitch. I'm a fucking slave. I am subservient to this corporation. Because Instagram is owned by a corporation, bro. Like, if I'm using this product, then I'm a consumer. I don't want to be a consumer. I don't want to be like everybody. I want to have a life. I want cognitive liberty. And that's something I got a lot more of when I deleted social media, was cognitive liberty. Like, I really don't have the most extravagant life today, but I do have more focus. I have a much firmer sense of self and who I am. I less often buy things I don't need. I really buy things that I want. Like, I buy nice clothes. They're fancy and I get compliments on them, but I don't buy them because of what other people will think solely. I start with, like, I like this shirt. Now, sometimes in my head will go back to 6th grade. Like, if I wear the wrong jacket, my friends are going to call me gay. But, like, that's just my mind. Like, there's some shit I have where I'm like that sense of insecurity comes on where I'm like, I'm going to wear it and people are going to think this of me. But, like, if I like it, fucking wear it. If I like this thing, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not dreaming of a car that I think other people will like. Like, I'm dreaming of a car that I would fucking love. I'm pursuing a career that I want to follow. I have a girlfriend that I think is hot. And other people do too, because she is hot. But, like, I'm not existing in vanity. I'm not always comparing myself to others. I'm not seeking validation from anyone but myself. I really care about satisfying my goals and desires today to a healthy extent. I've been sober for damn near 2 years. On October 13th, God willing, I'll be sober for 2 years. Got sober October 13th, 2023. That's another thing I started to see. Once I deleted social media and I stopped relying upon others and I started to pay attention to what was happening around me, I really started to get an awareness of this spirit of the universe. There's something out there other than me. I always thought that my attention, my awareness, my consciousness was first and foremost. But I've come to realize that there is a spirit of the entire universe. And I'm less trying to act like I am of the universe, and today I'm more trying to act like I'm in the universe. When I had social media, all I wanted to do was seem the most of the universe. I wanted to stick out. I wanted to be the person that people thought of. I don't care. I really don't care what other people think today. I care about how I fucking feel. And I think when I first deleted social media, I started doing a lot of drugs because I cared a lot about how I felt, and I couldn't feel good on my own. I was still trying to get something. But today I don't need anything. I've already got it. And now I can give back. I can share this message in the hopes that maybe someone will see this and think, fuck it. Delete their profiles and go out and be the best version of themselves. Because that's what I've done. I believe I am the best version of myself I could be today. And I'm so fucking happy about that, dude. I never had this much confidence. I always thought that, like, dude, if I hit 10,000 followers, I'll really feel confident. If I'm famous enough to be verified, then I'll really be confident. And I know it's ironic. I know it's really ironic that I'm making a video with the intention of posting it online, but I have a whole life today. I don't need anything from this. I really just feel like I have a message that someone needs to hear, because since I graduated college, I mean, I've experienced so much. I'm back in school now. I'm pursuing a doctorate, but it's only because after I graduated, I tried to do this life thing on my own. I tried to earn my own living, and I wasn't sober, and I was trying to find a way to stay loaded all the time and have enough money to pay my bills twice. And that was nothing. I think my camera's about to turn off. So I will wrap this up. To finish my point, I know I'm making a video with the intention of posting it online, but it's not because I want to say something that will get likes. I really have a message that I care about. I want someone, I wish I could have heard this when I was 15. When it seemed like the only thing that mattered was what went on my Instagram. Socially. The only thing that mattered socially was what went on my Instagram, or what, like, went on my YouTube when I was trying to make YouTube videos. I was always trying to get something. I did shit for likes. I didn't do shit for the meaning. Today my whole life has meaning. And some things are way more trivial than others, but they at least all have meaning. When I think back to the hours I would spend on Instagram, there was no meaning there. None. It was so vain. And I look around at all the people in my graduate class today, and I'm like, I don't judge them, but I hear them talk about Instagram, and I'm like, it just sounds objectively, I don't mean this to put anyone down, it just sounds objectively childish. Because I deleted it when I was 19, so I guess the only memories I have of it are when I was in high school, basically, and like barely going off to college. I was basically still a senior in high school. I was a kid. And when I hear like these people who are my age or older talk, like grown adults talking about Instagram, I'm like, is that for you? Like, if today, as a 24-year-old, my sense of self depended on, with even the tiniest bit, how many followers I had on Instagram, bro, that would make me a fucking bitch, bro. I can't imagine that today. It just seems so pointless, so futile. Like, nothing online dictates me today. I still go online, I still watch YouTube videos, but I don't even have my search history on because it would bring up suggestions when I open the page. Like I open YouTube and my history's off, so it's just black. It's like you need to turn on your search history to like everything I do is so conscious. I only go on YouTube if I'm gonna like search something or I've saved a video for later. Everything I have curated my reality so specifically that everything has its place. Like maybe I'll do like an apartment tour, but now that I'm thinking about it, like anytime people come over, they're like, holy shit, like everything has its fucking place. It's not like OCD, like super fucking specific, but everything is so functional. I don't really have to think today. I just execute. Like it makes the topic I started with, talking about not being on social media, seem so trivial. Like my whole life is so much more vibrant today. It's exclusive, and I hope someone else can have an exclusive life by me too if they get something out of what I said. I might make more of these. I don't know. I don't want to fucking try. This just popped in my head after 5 years of not putting anything online. So, whatever.